Good morning, students. Welcome to the today's online class. Myself Sharanamma. I am handling the English subject for the class post-standard. Today, all will take your English, the stencil book, the course books. Today, I am going to start the new lesson. That is Rebecca of Sunnybrook Forum. Today, I am going to explain this lesson. So, before we go to the warm-up activity, I want to introduce the writer of the lesson. Okay, Kate Douglas began was an author and an editor. She was the author and an editor. She was one of the founders of kindergarten training for teachers. The children's classic Rebecca of Sunnybrook Forum is the story of Rebecca and her life with her aunts in the town of River Borough. This is the story about the girl, the Rebecca, and the aunt of River Borough. Okay, this was the introduction of the writer. Now we are going for the warm-up activity. In the warm-up activity today, we are going to see warm-up. Here today we are going to solve the warm-up activity. In this, they gave, I think all of you opened the page number 1 or 2. This is in the page number 1 or 2. Once again, I am repeating. Please take your English course book. Open the page number 102. Today I am going to explain the new lesson. That is the Rebecca of Sunnybrook Forum. So, in this page, we are going to see the warm-up activity. Here, they gave some question. Look at the pictures of some vehicles. Which of the words in the boxes apply to each? Okay. Here they have given some pictures of the vehicles. Okay. And up they have given I ride this, I drive this, I row this. Okay. So, and down they gave, do you know if all these vehicles are in use nowadays? Here it means that here the author is asking that whether we are using these vehicles in nowadays. Of course, we are using these vehicles in our daily days. The cycle we are using. This is the I ride this. The I ride this is the bicycle which we are cycling in the morning for the walk and all we are using. Okay. And car. The car we are using for traveling from one place to another. And here is the bus which we can see in the Bombay and here in Gulbarga we can see the double buses, but in the Maharashtra, that is in Bombay, we can see like this double buses in Bombay and all. Okay, and this is the jeep, and this we are not using. Okay, and this is the coach. Okay, this is the coach. These types of coaches are used in the we can see these types of coaches in the film the 1942. Okay, that is the 1942 a film was there. In that the British people used to use like these types of vehicles in there. Okay, so now we are going to classify the vehicles. Okay, now I am writing I ride this. I ride this. I drive this. I row this. I row this. Here in these we are going to write the names of the vehicles which are ride, which are drive, and these vehicles are row. Okay. In the right piece, here we can use we can write the bicycle. The bicycle is ride with the help of our legs. We used to cycle, no? That is the bicycle. I drive this. That is the car. And the jeep down which is there. This is the jeep. And this is the coach is also dried there. And I row. This is the boat. The boat is row. It is rowed in the water. With the help of the sticks, they used to move in the water. Okay. Now, I think so. All of you have understood this form of activity. I ride this. This is the bicycle. I drive this. This is the car, jeep, and the coach. And I row this. That is the boat. Now, before we go for the lesson, I want to tell you the short story, the characters in this story. Okay, here Rebecca. Rebecca is the girl. Okay, she is a very naughty girl. What her mother will do? The mother will send the Rebecca to the aunt's town to live there. Okay, with the help of the coach. And with the help of the coach, he used to, with the help of him, what she will do? She will tell him to go and live in her aunt's house. And here the Rebecca was the very naughty girl. She not used to sit in one place. Okay. Now I am going to start the lesson. See all of you in the page number 103. Okay. Now read how Rebecca begins her journey to Sunnybrook Forum. Here Sunnybrook Forum is the place where she used to go now. Okay. The old stagecoach. Here, the old stagecoach. We can see this type of stagecoach. This is the old type of stagecoach. That means we are using nowadays. We can see here the tangas and all. Like that, it is the stagecoach. The old stagecoach was rumbling. Here, stagecoach means already they have given the meanings here in the box. Okay, we can see that stagecoach means a closed vehicle drawn by horses for public transport in the past days. In the past days, now we are not using. Okay, past means before. Okay, in the olden times, for the previous years and all like that. And was rumbling. Here, rumbling means making a low continuous sound slowly. Okay, along the dusty road that runs from Maplewood to River Road. The day was as warm as midsummer. Thought it was only the middle of the May. Here, what here it is going means in the stagecoach, the girl was sent to the River Borough. That is the Maplewood to River Borough. Here, the girl is going from Maplewood to River Borough. Means that the girl is leaving now. The Rebecca is leaving here now. She is leaving in the town. It is the town where she is leaving. Now she is going to aunt's house. Okay, this is the aunt's house where now she is going to the River Borough. Between the journey from the Maplewood to the River Borough is the story here. What we are going to read now. What are the things are going to happen between the Maplewood to the River Borough in the journey. Okay. Now see, the old stagecoach was rumbling along the dusty road that runs from Maplewood to River Borough. The day was as warm as midsummer. Midsummer means the month in the middle of the summer. It is the May month. Though it was only the middle of the May month. Okay, it was the middle of the May month. In the summer, it was very hot and it was full of dust on the road. and it was nobody was on the road, only the stagecoach was there. Mr. Jeremiah Cobb was kind to his horses, yet he never forgot that he had to deliver the mail on time. The hills were many and the reins lay closely in his hands as he rested back in his seat and extended one foot and leg luxuriously over the dashboard. Here, the stagecoach, the person who rides the stagecoach, that is the person name is Mr. Jeremiah Cobb. Here, the Jeremiah Cobb was a very kind person. He used to do his work very promptly. He used to deliver the mails and all on times. It may be the letters or the mails or leaving the passengers from one place to the another on the time. Okay. And here we can see that the Jeremiah Cobb, here Mr. Cobb is resting in his stagecoach. Okay, here we can see that he is resting in his stagecoach by sitting here inside. This is the dashboard. He is keeping his legs on the dashboard and getting relaxed there. Okay. There was one passenger in the coach, a small dark-haired girl. She was slender and slight from one side to the other on the leather cushions. Whenever the wheel sank further than usually into a rut or jolted suddenly over a stone, she bounded involuntarily into the air, came down again, pushing back her funny little hat. Here we can see that in the stagecoach there is a passenger. The passenger is the girl. What she used to do is she was sitting in the cushion, that is the leather cushion, the seat inside the stagecoach. Whenever the stagecoach wheels used to move on the stone, it started to sound or it used to shake the stagecoach when it is moving on the stone. Okay. And she was wearing the hat and she used to make it back and pushing back her funny little hat. Mr. Cobb knew nothing of these details. His business was to carry people to their destinations, not necessarily to make them comfortable on the way. Here, the Mr. Cobb was nature was how it was means he only used to carry the people and to live to their destinations, not necessarily to make them comfortably. He used not to make them how they are feeling comfortably, or they used to talk, ask to the passengers. That morning, when he was about to leave the post office in Maplewood, a woman had come up to him along with little girl. Now this passenger and asked whether he was Mr. Cobb. At the same time, what will happen? One day morning, when the Mr. Cobb was going to the Maplewood's post office to collect the letters. Okay, that time what will happen? A woman will come near to the Mr. Cobb and the little girl. Okay, little girl and asked whether he was Mr. Cobb, and she is asking to the Mr. Cobb that, are you Mr. Cobb? Okay. She pointed to her daughter and said, I want you should take her to my sisters in Riverboro. Do you know Merendy and Jane Sawyer? They live in the brick house. Well, she is going there and they are expecting her. Will you keep an eye on her, please? Here, what the woman will do, the woman is holding a little girl's hand and she is telling that you are going to leave this girl to the river burrow. Here the river burrow where her aunt lives in the brick house, and she will expect that you will leave her safely and you will keep an eye whether because she was very naughty girl. The little girl was Rebecca. The woman, the mother, had last minute instructions for Rebecca as she heaved a trunk up on the coach. Here, the little girl means here the woman and the girl was the Rebecca's mother. She is giving the instructions to her. Here, the little girl was Rebecca. The woman, the mother, had last minute instructions for Rebecca as she heavied a trunk upon the coach. At last time, she will tell to the girl, the Rebecca, that don't do the naughty things and all while going in the stage coach. And she will give a heavy trunk there to her. She will keep in the coach. Goodbye, Rebecca. Try not to get into any mischief and sit quiet so you will look neat and nice when you get there. Don't be any trouble to Mr. Cobb. After keeping the heavy trunk in the stagecoach, what the mother will do means Rebecca's mother will tell goodbye to her daughter, and she will tell to her that don't do the mischief things and sit quietly in the coach so that you will look very neat and nice. I hope you will not trouble the Mr. Cobb. She will tell that she will tell you are going to sit here quietly and not to do the any mischiefs and sit quietly so that it will look very nice. And she will tell to Rebecca that don't trouble the Mr. Cobb. Now we are going to see the next page. That is 104. 104. The next page. Now see. Goodbye, mother. Don't worry. You know it isn't as if I haven't traveled before. Here, the girl is telling to her mother that goodbye, mother. You don't worry about me. Don't think that I am traveling from one place to another as the first time. Okay. The woman gave a short laugh and said in an explanatory way to Mr. Cobb, she stayed away from home overnight. That is not much to be journey proud on. Here, by giving a short smile, she will tell to the Mr. Cobb that she used to live a night away so that it will. So for her, it is the journey is very happy for her. She feels very happy from traveling from one place to another. It was traveling, mother, said the child eagerly and willfully. Here, willfully means with determination, means she is very eager to move from one place to the another. It was leaving the farm and putting up lunch in a basket and a little riding and a little steam cars, and we carried our nightgowns. Here she is putting the everything in her basket of eating the things, the food, the water and all the clothes, and she is telling to go very safely. Okay. Now see next para. Don't tell the whole village about it. If we did, said the mother. And here the mother is telling to Rebecca that don't go and tell to each and every about us. I know, mother, I know. And I own. All I want to say is, she is telling this, I know, mother, what to tell and what to not to tell to the people, that is the neighbors. Here, Mr. Cobb gave a cluck, slapped the reins, and the horses started steadily on their daily task. Here, after this, everything after the talk between the mother and that time, what will happen? Here, the Mr. Cobb is ready to travel now from the Maple over to the river. Here what he will do? He will go on to the stagecoach. Yes, the stagecoach, and what he will do? He will sit on it. Here, he will sit on this, and he will take the bells of the horses, and he will clap whenever they start to drive the horse. They will still they'll know like that. They will start, and they will push the they will pull the bells of the horses so that the horse can come to know that now they are going to move. Okay. All I want to say is that it is a journey when. Here the girl is telling that yes. All I want to say is that it is a journey when. The stagecoach was really underway. Now and Rebecca had to put her head out of the window over the door in order to finish her sentences. When the Mr. Cobb started to drive the coach, what the Rebecca will do? She is going to put her head. Here we can see that in the stagecoach, the girl is putting her head out of the window and she is finishing her words talking with her mother. It is a journey when you carry a nightgown. Here it is a journey when you carry a nightgown. All this had been half an hour. And the sun, the heat, the dust, the thought of errands to be done. I lulled Mr. Cobb's mind, and he had forgotten his promise to keeping an eye on Rebecca. So what will happen? At last, it was a discussion between the mother, the Mr. Cobb, and the Rebecca. It took the half an hour. So what happened? It became very hot. It may be the time of the 2 or 3. And the sun will be very hot, and it is the so what in between what will happen? The Mr. Cobb will forgot his promise that he is going to keep an eye on Rebecca. Okay. Suddenly he heard a small voice above the rattle and rumble of the wheels and the cracking of the harness. Here harness means a seat of straps by which an animal is attached to the cart or coach. It is pulling. He will hear some sound when he was pulling the horse belt. Okay. At first he thought it was a cricket, a tree, a toad or a bird. But having realized that the sound came from the coach, he turned his. So what he will do? He will start looking what has happened. Head over his shoulder and saw a small shape hanging as far out of the window as safety would allow. Okay, what here the girl is doing is she is putting her head out of the window by holding the hat on his head. With the help of the hand, she is holding the hat. A long black beret on his the motion of the coach. The child held her hat in one hand and with the other made ineffectually attempts to stab the driver with her microscopic sunshade. Here we can see in this stanza that the girl is putting her head out of the window by holding the hat with her one hand, and here her hairs are flying in the air. Okay. Please let me speak, she called. Mr. Cobb drew up the horses obediently. Here the girl is telling that I want to speak to you. Does it cost any more to ride up here with you? She asked. It's so slippery and shiny down here, and the coach is so much too big for me that I rattle round in it till I am most black and blue. And the windows are so small. I can only see pieces of things and I have most broken my neck stretching round to find out whether my trunk has fallen off the back. It's my mother's trunk. Here she is talking to the Mr. Cobb that whether it cost more money you are taking from me to sit in front of you because I am having many problems sitting in this stagecoach that is the inside here. She is having more difficult to sit here inside because she is saying that the coach is very big and she is telling that whenever it is moving fast or it is moving on the stone, that's when the cart is to shake, she is slipping from one place to the another place inside the sea. Okay. And she is telling that whenever she is going to see back of his mother's trunk, she is getting hurt in his head. Okay. Mr. Cobb waited for her to stop and then said pleasantly, "You can come up if you want to. There ain't no extra charge to sit side of me." He helped her out, boosted her up to the front seat, and resumed his own place. After listening to the words of the Rebecca, after hearing the difficulties of the Rebecca's, what are the problems she is facing while sitting inside that time, Mr. Coe will decide that here and she will try and he will tell to her that for sitting next to me, it don't cost any more money and he will tell and give her place to sit next of her. We can see in this page that now she is coming out of from the inside the stagecoach and she is sitting with the Mr. Cobb next to him. Rebecca sat down carefully, smoothing her dress under her, pushed back her hat, pulled up her drained white coats, cotton gloves, and spoke delightedly. And now she is sitting very neatly with the next to the Mr. Cobb by wearing the white cotton gloves and speaking very delightedly to the Mr. Cobb. Oh, this is better. This is like traveling. I am a real passenger now. I down there. I felt like I was sitting hen when he shut her up in a cup. I hope we have a long ways to go. When she is sitting in front of the where the Mr. Cobb is sitting next to him, she used to tell some words that she is feeling very happy to sit now and traveling. Now she feels like traveling and she is telling, she is expressing his feelings that when she was sitting inside the stagecoach here inside, she is just feeling like a hen. Hen means it was closed by the hen means you can see that the hens are kept here, kept inside, and they used to cover like just a basket so that the hen should not move from one place to another. So that she is telling that I hope now she can drive from one place to the another as long as she now. This is the story about the Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. Now she is feeling very happy to move from the one place, that is the Maple to the river Bro. This is the story about the Rebecca. Now she is feeling very happy to go to the aunt's house where she lives. I hope you all of you have understood the lesson. Thank you.